Hey everyone, it's Rafe here, and I am privileged to have my wonderful friend Mike Brown with me. Hi, Mike. How's it
Oh,
going?
it's going good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm I'm
Good.
I'm right now like it's going to be a great time because I'm going to be able to play this game with you. The game that I've been working on so long. So
Probably
so
10 years, right?
Yeah. It's been a long time and it's gone through several transitions and you know what, and there's still room for improvement. Like that's my thing is that even though this is a rule-based system, I know there's still a long road of still more test playing, still more doing, but it's at a point where it is a product. Like I can proudly say, "Hey, here's my game." So
Nice, nice.
so anyway, so here's our typical game, and so basically how this game's gonna go is I'm gonna be filling in on Mike a lot about the rules and regulations and all that other stuff, and you guys can also listen in, and gals, I should say gals, and see how this game is exactly played. So Mike has chosen the bad guys, so those are the Watnesses on his end. And also the Watnesses, the Drubber is a fairly easy deck, but the wonderful Van is not. She has really good benefits and is complicated, but she's a little bit harder to use. So be aware, Mike. She's all about shooting at long distance and not getting into combat. So so
Okay.
so she's all about I take you at because once she gets into melee, she tends to crumble. Now she has little tricks, and on your profile card, it kind of lists some of those tricks that they can do. And same with the Drubber. The Drubber has some other stuff. I'll probably remind those some of those abilities. And then I got my little dog soldiers. Now, just for the sake of some of these images are still not available in for Vassal, they still have to be made and put in. Unfortunately, there is not a Vin token or a or dog soldier tokens. So, but we made sure to label them. So there are labels, and you'll be just seeing the toy miniature quite more often. Okay, so let's start off with the game. So the very first thing you do with Battle Draw is you both players roll the dice. So Mike, since you are the guest, I will allow you to roll first.
All right. Roll the five hot.
Okay, so and then I rolled a 1. Okay, so now here's the thing that you can do. You can choose to go first, and that also means you can play you automatically place first. Or you can opt to say, well, I don't want to go first and I'll let you go first. So what do you want?
I will go first.
Okay. So now how this is there now the next thing is placement. So in Battle Draw, the map has 4 sides. Now rules do change when you have multiple maps, but we're only using a single map for this game. So Mike, essentially you choose one side of the map. So that's either left, right, top, or bottom.
Top.
Okay. So you're going to use top and place your miniatures outside of the map. Okay. All right. So now you choose where you want to put either your Drubber or Van on any of those top squares. Okay, so you just that one. So you place one figure at a time. So you're placing that character right there. So since you're gonna do that, now it's my turn. So I will choose a side. Now, if I were to choose the right side, like for example, or well, let's go left since your character's on the right. So if I were to choose the left side, I could not place my figurine on the top corner right here. So that since you chose first, that line is occupied, and I could not take that space because that technically was your space. But I'm not going to choose the left side. I'm going to choose the bottom, and I'm going to take my character. I'm going to take it right there. Okay.
So
All right.
why are you allowed on the bottom to line it up with me, but not on the left?
Because of the square that's occupied. So technically, first choice, you occupy the whole entire row. So that's red, essentially. But the bottom is all taken up. Now, if you had another two other players,
If I had chosen right and placed
Yeah.
it there, then you wouldn't be able to place where you are.
what do you mean by that? As in, like,
If I had chosen right instead of top,
yes. If you chose right, I could not place there. Yes,
but you
correct.
would be able to place on left, and then you could put it up on the blue tile on the top left.
Yeah. Correct.
Makes
Correct.
sense.
Okay, so anyway, we're gonna do with that one, and so we're gonna have that. All right, now it is again now your place to place your final figure, which is your drubber, and you can place him anywhere. Now, granted, there is a wall here, and he does take 4 squares, so you can't put him in between the tile and the wood because that's a wall there.
What about the desks? Can he go on top of the desks?
Yes, that is just that hinders movement. You can move through desk. But
Do I have to pick either left or right?
You just have to. He has to occupy 4 squares and on the top row. That's is it.
So I can put him anywhere on the map I want.
On the top, where on your location of top. So means he can go here or here. Yeah. Like any of that top row. He'll hang out a little bit because he's a large base.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Okay, and that's actually good placement. And also since he's large, he doesn't actually get hindered by most terrain unless it occupies half of it. For example, and we'll get to movement in a minute. If he were to move between these 2 desks, then he starts to get hinder movement. Versus this one does not hinder him. 1 desk does not. 2 desks does.
Okay.
So just so you know ahead of time, so when you're moving him, you know. And then on the map, there are some hazards. Obviously, the desk and the teacher's desk are movement hinderment. So that means you just use 1 extra square. That's all. Now, where you see all the glass and the things that are broken up there, that is actually called slippage. And when you land on it, you roll the dice. If you get a 1, you stop your movement and take 1 damage.
I'm just gonna.
So
clarify.
the broken glass,
this
yeah,
area here or this area here.
that area right there, that's slippage.
Okay.
And anything that looks broken, like so, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares that are slippage, and they're kind of all in an L form.
Okay.
So. All right, so now it's my turn to place the dogs. Boom, 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 boom. Now, dogs are 1 deck, and they're 4 figurines to that deck. So when they activate all together, and they also place all together as well. So there's not individually placing all those; they consider as 1 placement together.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have our 4-point game, and this is a normal average game. These are the normal average games, and we are playing with advanced rules because with normal rules you don't have the slippage and the hinderment. That is more for the advanced area. But since we're kind of technical, and I know Mike, you're a smart guy, so we're gonna go with a little bit more advanced. So.
Okay.
So okay. So now it is your turn. So you can choose to activate. And we'll do this by steps. So you choose to activate which deck you want. So you can either activate the Drubber or Vin, whichever one you want.
Okay. Say that again.
So you can since it's your turn first. You choose to activate which deck and to take all that deck through a turn.
Oh, whether the what are they called? Watness?
Yeah. But
or Ven?
Yeah, or Vin. Yeah, because it's the Drubber and Vin. So the big
Drubber.
monstrous creature or the girl. So
I'll go with her first.
Okay, so you choose to activate her. Now in Battle Draw, there are 5 steps to, or five, sorry, not steps, phases to each turn. So your very first phase is going to be your action pull phase. Now on your card, there will be a little indicator on your profile card that has the action symbol on it, and to the right of it has a number, and that actually tells how many action tokens you get per turn.
You get 3 action tokens per turn.
Yes, with her you get 3 action tokens per turn. So now all you need to do is clone some of those action tokens. There you go. Okay, and that is there. Now, important understanding about this is that action tokens are not stackable. So they flush out each turn. So whatever you don't use, it renews with 3 new ones. So if, like, for example, let's say you had one that you wanted to hold. Well, if you don't use that one, next turn it will just flush out and you renew with 3 new ones.
Okay.
So, okay, so now you got your action tokens. Now you need to move. So you're gonna roll the dice.
3.
Okay, so now you can move 3 spaces however you want. You can move through friendly allies, so that's not an issue. You can't move through opponents.
Put her there.
And you would have to do her one more because you can move 3 because she can't be on top of him because he occupies 4 squares.
So I can't land on any of these squares that he's on.
Yeah, can't land on any of those squares. So and it's 3. So you go 1, 2, 3.
Can I shoot through these discs?
Yep. Yes, you can. Well, but it takes 1 extra movement. That's the deal with that. So if you want to shoot through a desk, it takes 1 more square.
Well, I can't move 1 more square, right?
Yeah. So that's it. So that's her.
So I can't do anything from here.
Yeah. No, you can't. But
Can I choose not to move?
Yeah, you can choose not to move too. Yeah, if you want, or you can move forward. I know there's that slippage there. You could try to take a risk, but as well, you probably want to stay back with her, and you probably want to put her in more of a defensive position for suggestions. So yeah.
Okay.
So there you go, and which is great because what you did, I just want to note this because I don't know if this was on purpose, but since you put her on that was like bait for me because I wanted my character to go straight to you, and now that you moved the other side, like there's all those obstacles because that's what those are called. Those are called obstacles that I have to get through. So that the great planning. Now I could try to go down a roll or something like that, but we'll get to that part. So okay, so now after your movement, now it's the battle phase, okay? And battle phase is where all the action happens. So essentially, you use tokens to either draw a card, to play a card, or to attack. And it takes 1 token to draw, attack, or play any type of special type of cards. So and then once you use it, it's just discard and it's gone. So anyway, so now it's your battle phase. Choose what you would like to do.
Let's see. I would like to.
Oh man, I got ahead of myself. I'm so sorry, everyone. I got ahead of myself. We skipped one thing that we're supposed to do at the beginning of the game, and that is to draw our beginning hand.
Okay.
So, before we even place, you draw 4 cards. Now that is on contingents that your hand size is capable of drawing 4 cards. Like for example, your Drubber's deck's hand size is 3, so that means you're limited. So you only can have 3 cards in the Drubber's hands, and the character decks are separate hands, so it doesn't count as 1 hands. It counts as 2 separate character hands.
Okay.
So you would draw up to 3 in your essentially in your hand. And I'm going to do that as well. And then obviously your big character has more. Make sure to shuffle them.
How many can I draw for her?
Now her hand size, I believe, is it 10? And to know where it's
it
at,
says 10 on the little card.
So you can draw up to 4.
4.
Yep, because that is the beginning hand. All right, and then I believe my dog soldiers, they have a hand size of 6, so that means they can draw up to. They can draw up to 4 as well. Okay. All right. So there's that. So we all have our hands now. Okay. Now proceed with your battle phase.
Okay. I want to draw a card.
Okay. So you just use an action.
Hold on. I messed something up here. Just want to move over a little bit. What the freaking fetch? Hold on.
It's all good.
I don't understand what's happening. I guess you can't get them that close in the hand. Okay, whatever. It's kind of... Okay, yeah. Okay, I was going to draw. Then I just get rid of one of those, right?
Yep, and you either can plus delete or just move it somewhere else. It's just for you to know. Yep. Now be aware, keep one of them to the side, so if you want to clone it, it's not permanently gone. So.
Okay, draw again. Can I do that?
Yep. As long as you have action tokens, you can draw as much as you want.
Draw again. I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, whatever.
It's all good. And that's kind of the beginning of the game. You tend to draw cards. So, okay.
Okay, that's the end of her turn.
Yeah, that's the end of her battle phase. Now you're at your discarding phase. Now, in Battle Draw, you cannot discard unless it is the discard phase or a card says otherwise, or when you're attacking. Like, it automatically discards when you're attacking or defending. So those are the only times that you can discard. So let's say your hand size is full. Like, if you had a full 10 cards, then you couldn't draw anymore. You have to wait until the discard phase to actually discard. So this is say again?
I see.
Okay. And so essentially, so this is that point. But since you probably don't have your full hand size, you don't need to. So skip your discard phase, and then after that is your effect phase, which that only is really on contingent on certain cards that has that property, like burning and stuff of that nature. And then once that's all done, that is the end of that activation for that character. Now you can activate your other character and go through all 5 phases with him.
Okay, activate it. Is there something I have to do to activate?
You just say activating. Activating Drubber. Okay. You say activating the name of the character deck.
Okay, and I roll with him, right? First?
Yep. Yeah. Well, no, it's action pool phase first. So you give him his actions.
He gets 3 or 2. I can't see.
He gets 2.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to draw a card for the first one.
Okay. Oh, now, but you have 3, right?
His hand is full.
Yeah, his hand's full. So technically, he can't draw any more cards. Now, if you want during your discard phase, you could discard some of those cards to do that, and then you're going.
I'm just gonna move. Actually, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna leave him right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not doing anything. I guess I'm just staying here.
Well, and it's wise to be defensive.
Well, actually, I will discard a card. I have to use an action for that, right?
You just have to get to your discard phase. So once you're done with your battle phase, and make sure to put that you have 2 tokens. Actually, because those are valuable.
Never mind. I'm going to not discard. I'm just gonna do nothing on his turn.
Okay, all right. And then that ends his activation. So now it is my turn. All right. So now we're going to go and I'm going to activate Toy. All right. And I'm going to roll for her. Oops, I forgot to. I even forgot to do my action pool phase. Silly me, huh? All right. And so she gets. Oh, come on. Clone for me. Thank you. All right. So she gets 3 action tokens. And at the beginning of her. Of her activation, I actually guess a card. So, and if I get that, and if I draw that card, special properties happen. So I'm just going to do double flip kick. Okay, and that's the one I'm calling. Okay, so now I done an activation. Now I rolled, and I rolled a 3. So not a large roll, but there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then I will, let's see. Okay, I'm going to draw. I'm going to use 1 token to draw 1. I'll just put these over to the side. 2. And draw 1 more. Okay, there we go. So now you're going to see the special thing. So I have to reveal it. So here's the card. Okay. I'm going to put that card over here. And then it has a hope token now on it. So the benefit of her special ability, I'll put it to the side because we'll put it to the side. There we go. All right. So, and now that the hope token is on it, what benefit that she gets with that is that this card does not count towards hand size while the hope token's on it. It can be used as free for, it does not cost an action token. And then once it is used, it goes right back into the hand. So that is her special ability. And that is, and that's it because I used all 3 of my tokens. And now it is, do I want to discard that? No. Yes, I will discard 1 card during my discard phase. And then I will now, and then that ends. So now I have all my dogs. So now with multiple figurines, if you roll hot numbers, that means everybody moves. If you roll cool numbers, that means only 1 figurine can move.
Okay.
So let's see what I get. Yay! Everybody moves 1. How am I going to move this? Oh, and by the way, as well, you can move diagonally, but it counts as 2 movement.
Right.
So anyway, I guess I'll move him 1 there, 1 there. Man, I should have placed these guys way better. Because one of them is going to get left out. There we go. Okay. So that's that. That's their movement. And then they get only 1 action token. So, boom. All right, so they get 1 action token, and I will use that 1 action token to draw. And then I'm done. And now that is a full round, and then it goes right back to you. So now it is your turn to do your activations.
Okay, Ven first.
Yep.
Give myself some tokens. And movement phase next, right?
Yep.
2. 1.
And we're rolling real low. We're not.
Hey,
we're not rolling
I'm a shooting character, correct? So it's line of sight.
Yep, line of sight, and there's nothing. There's no obstructions because these are only obstacles.
I'm going to shoot this guy in front of me.
Okay, all right.
Is there a special kind of card, like only the red ones or the yellow ones I can use too?
If you look at, so they're purple cards. Okay, but if you look at your combative ability...
I mean the red icon next to the number.
Oh, red is melee, but now I know what card... But if you look at your combat type, you that card is a special melee card because it actually has range on it. But you have to do the combat ability to get the range. But if it's red...
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I have the red icon that's next to the number is for shiny magic, correct?
Yeah, if it's red and purple, so there's two colors. So melee is yellow and red, and range is dark red and purple.
Okay. So I cannot attack with the cards that are yellow and red.
You have to be adjacent.
Okay. And the okay, that's fine. Let me take a look at this.
Yep. So yeah, and combat abilities also indicate what type of range is on it. Now, just to tell you ahead of time, Vin's all of her range is 6 squares. So you have to be within.
I'm gonna attack the dog below me with my first turn.
Okay. So let's see if you got. Yeah, you have 6. Yep. Okay. So oh dear. Okay. So now a special ability with the dogs that I'm going to talk about right now is they have obedient shells or obedient shields. Ugh. If the dog soldiers are no more than 1 square from each other, they gain a +1 to their attacks and a +2 to their defensive. So that means as long as one of them are within a square apart, they get that benefit. All right. So now, whoops, I opened up the wrong menu. Let's open up the right one. We will use this card. Okay. So I'm defending. All right. Flip.
Attacking.
Ooh, still. And I only have a 3 on that one, but that still does the damage. And that was B. So B is right here. Boop.
Okay. So wait, you get a bonus of 2 for each animal that's adjacent to you?
All they have to be is adjacent 1 square away from me.
I know, but now, because you have 2 of them, that gives you +2 defense, is what you're saying.
Yes, correct, yes. Now it's not stackable. It's just +2 defense if they're a square piece because they got shields and they shield each other.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is if there was only 1 dog next to you, it'd be a defensive 1.
They have to be a square way. So like if, for example,
no, I understand that. What I'm saying is because there are 2 dogs adjacent to that one I'm shooting, it's +1 for each one of them, correct?
No,
correct?
no. Because if that was the case, then he would have a +3 because he has 3 dogs next to him, or 2. It's only +2, and that is a flat stat. So no matter how much he has, so it's not per dog. It is his +2 for a dog that is 1 square away.
Okay. I'm going to attack again.
All right.
With my next token.
Okay. And I will defend. Okay.
Flip.
Oh dear. Okay. So that means it does 3. So that nearly kills him. And that is Glitter Blast. So, and oh man. So target CD, and CD means character deck. That's abbreviation for that. Hit by this attack is blind for a turn. This so that means so even though it attacked my 1 dog, right? That
the
means
whole deck.
That's the whole deck. So this applies for all of them. That was a really good card to use. So anyway, and it stays out in play and then is discarded on their turn. Stays out in play for the turn and then is discarded. And that is my turn. So
this is staying out in play. I don't know. We put it like here or something.
Yeah. You put it next to me or whatever. You whatever you feel.
To the dogs.
Yeah. Next to the dogs. Whatever you want. Whatever you feel.
Okay, so this will affect you for your next turn.
Yep, and so that basically means they have blind on, and they can't see. Now, granted, this is beta, so there are a lot of the only cards that are fully spell checked and has all the correct grammar and everything is Toy and Drubbers. The dogs and Vin are still needing that. Again, these are, and they still need. That's why it's beta. They're in their beta states right now. So, okay. So anyway, and yeah, you nearly kill that dog and you blind everybody else. So wonderful. Okay.
My next token, I will draw.
Okay.
All right. Now do I do drubbers?
Yep. Now you can do your drubber.
Okay. We'll give a couple tokens here. What the freak? Hold on. I'm supposed to clone it. There.
There we go.
Okay, for the I got a movement phase first.
Yep.
5. So could I do? Wait, is that one movement?
Yes, that is one. That is one complete movement.
1, 2. Can I go 3, 4, 5?
Or you can move him forward. I mean, the dogs are technically blind.
But
right?
does that count? So I was where was I? Was I here? Or I was here.
Yeah.
So that's 1.
Yep.
2.
Yep.
3. Can I go back for 4? And then 5 can you go back and have those count?
Yeah, as long as he's not occupying squares of other characters, like those squares are unoccupied. Yeah, but
I want to put him there.
Oh, well, and technically you just say I couldn't move him because I think that's what.
No, this is 1 square. So he was here. I want to put him here.
Yeah, and you don't have to move all 5 squares. So you can just move 1 square if you want.
Oh, I thought you said that I couldn't do that before.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Because I had her here, and she rolled a 3, and I wanted to move just the 2 squares, but you said, "Oh, but you rolled a 3," so you were saying I had to move.
Oh, okay, that was my mistake. No, you don't have to move. Yeah, that was completely my fault.
Okay, so you can just move 1 if you roll the 5.
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. It technically, yeah. Okay, we're all good. Okay. Anyway, go on.
So I can just move 1 space even if I roll a 5.
Yeah, yeah. And also, you like at any time, and this is an advanced roll, at any time instead of rolling the dice, you can sacrifice your dice roll just to move 1 square.
Wait, instead of rolling the dice, I can sacrifice a token to move.
No, sacrifice your dice roll. So, for example, on your movement phase, if you instead of rolling it and getting more, you can say, I'm not going to roll my dice. I'm just going to move 1 square.
So why would you do that if no matter what you roll, you could just move 1 square anyways?
Well, you could do that, right? Okay, so you could just move 1 square all the time, but it's more beneficial to be able to move further. Like some characters want to get into combat.
No. What I mean is let's say I only needed to move 1 square or whatever, or let's say there's 2 possible advantageous moves. One would be moving 1 square, and another would be what if I roll the 5? Then I could go do this, right?
Yeah.
So why would I ever, like, what would be the advantage in any situation to just say I'm sacrificing my dice rule, I'm only going to move 1 square, if I could roll and then decide, never mind, that's not enough, I'm just going to move 1 anyways?
There are some characters that do affect, like, as if you were to roll the dice. And so, like for example, like certain effects or certain of that, and also it's just so you have the ability to move 1 too. Like that's the main rule of it is. But yes, it is always wiser to roll the dice than just to move 1 square. But there are some characters that have status effects. So when you roll a certain color, that it doesn't affect. So when that happens, instead of trying to do that, you could sacrifice your roll so that effect doesn't happen to that individual character.
I see. Okay, makes sense.
So, but that's that, and those characters are not. You know, those are far down. Like, but anyway, but those, like, because there are characters that do that type of stuff, that have those abilities. and so on and so forth. So
Okay. Let's see. Last time I didn't. Well, I'm not gonna move, and
okay.
I'm not gonna attack. So I'll just go to my discard phase, and I'm gonna discard a card.
Okay. Now I see that you took 2 tokens away. Now did you draw 2?
No, I'm not doing any. I'm not doing anything. So I just delete.
Oh, yeah. So you're just doing that. Well, just to make note, put 2 tokens there because remember, you have 2 tokens worth to defend with combative type abilities. So if you wanted to use those.
Oh, wait a minute. You have to use the tokens not only for your offensive phase, but you also have to use them on defense.
You can, like, obvious. Okay, and we haven't done combative types yet. But those count towards that because there's a risk reward factor, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get in it with the Drubber. So
hold on. Are you saying that there are certain cards for which I will have to use these action tokens? Or
yes,
because okay. So if I have a certain card for a defensive phase, it would require the use of an action token to use it?
No. All defensive cards are free, but combative type. So we need to get into a combative type example. But hold on to those tokens because those are valuable. So let's get into that first so we can see that, right? So but you're done with your turn, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do me, all right? So I'm activating toy, and I moved, 3 action tokens. I got a 6, and I'm just going to go straight for the Drubber. That's not toy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're moving diagonally, but the count is 2.
Yes.
So
which counts as.
But you're not coming in contact with any of those obstructions.
Yes, correct. Yeah. But it counts as 2, right? So like my character was right here, right? So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I got tone.
So just to make this clear, you were here, right?
Yeah. Oh no, one more down. Yeah.
So you going like this does not mean you went like that.
I mean, you can do that too, but
what I'm saying is that your movement to here, while it costs 2, does not mean you moved here and then
correct.
Here.
Yes, correct. Okay. Yep. So because I'm moving diagonally, correct. So and it just costs 2 more movement. So I get through all those obstructions. All right. Okay. So now we're going to start because it took a little bit to get into battling. But now we're going to start getting into battling, right? All right. So I'm going to attack your wonderful Drubber. And I'm going to use this card.
Defending with this one.
All right. And flip. Okay. So, wow, that was a good defense. So I only do 1 damage to you. Now, where it's combat types and it's in your hand. Let me see if I can pull it up on mine. Okay, so this combat type,
you mean
right?
Like the impact weapon thing?
Yeah, but you're going to look down because your defensive is negative armor.
Yeah, so I have to use an action token to do that, is what you're saying.
Actually, you just declare after. So we're all done with attacks, right? Now you just declare that you're going to use armor, negative armor.
And I have to roll cool in order for that to be a free turn.
Yeah, for not to use an action token. Yeah, so essentially
I rolled a purple so that effect works.
So you don't use an action token, and for all those to be informed, so we're now doing combative types. So you don't have to use but if you were to fail, which would be rolling a hot, then you would use an action token and the ability doesn't work.
I see.
And you can't continually use that ability. So you can't go, it's only 1 per combat.
Turn.
Yeah, per combat.
Okay.
So like if it's a different combat, you could still use that again. But okay, so now
you have to discard a card now.
Yes, I have to discard a card now. which is Sad Days. Oh man, that's actually tough. This one. Okay. So, and that used one of my action tokens. Oh, and the question is, do I want to still attack you? Because you have a stack of tokens. And the thing about this, and again, the other rule to this, let's say you didn't have those tokens, right? And you can still do that armor, but if you don't have action tokens to order to pay for those failures, then once, like if you had none, then the player automatically gets an auto attack on you. So basically, they can attack for you for free. So, and vice versa, and that same thing with all the.
But I can't use that. I can't use that defense again on this combat. So what does it matter that I have a stack of tokens for?
Well, next time I attack you, you can use that ability again. I'm talking about if let's give the hypothetical scenario that I attacked you 3 times, and you had 2 failures, okay, and then you had to use your 2 tokens, and the 3rd time I attack you, you still want to do negative armor. You can still do that, but if you failed, then that means
you could attack me again.
Yeah, I get attacked.
But I thought you said I could only use negative armor once per combat.
Yeah, so that means I would have to once per attacking. So because that was one time.
So not per combat with toy, but per attack.
Yeah, per attack. Yeah, correct.
So I wouldn't be able to use it more than once per attack, anyways.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so
I can just use this every time I'm attacked.
Yes, correct. As long as you want to take the risk, right? Long as you want to take the risk, and if you have tokens to spend.
Can I use it without using a card?
No. Combative cards are only used on power cards and combat cards. So that means you either have to attack or defend to use combat type abilities.
Okay. All right.
Okay, still my turn. I'm going to draw 1, and I'm going to determine if I'm going to do this. Okay, yes. And I will use I will use 1 to attack you.
Defend with this.
Okay. Flip. Okay, so you're going to take 3 damage. All right, and then
I'm going to do that again.
Okay, so roll it. Ah, golly, you're getting cool.
So you have to discard again.
Yeah, I do. That's why it's somewhat tough. Shoot, I should have gone with my other things. All right, so hard choice I have to make.
Let me ask you this question: Is the game over if I defeat Toy?
Yes. So if you destroy Toy, because in this scenario that we're playing, you have to eliminate all card decks, but or character decks, but pawns do not count. And you and I have pawn characters, okay? And so the object is to kill, for me to kill Vin and for you to kill Toy.
Okay.
So, I'll have to discard. I don't want to discard this card. Okay, but I realize I'm in some pretty deep stuff. So, I was not hoping that you rolled that, but that's why they're there, right? It's to change up the game. So I am thinking I'm going to use my double flip kick. Okay, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use my hope token and use the double flip kick, and so you know this is coming because I all that other stuff. So the question is, I didn't flip that over for you, so you actually never knew that was there.
So you're killing the Drubber on this turn, essentially.
Well, I have. I'm going to decide. Yes, I will kill the Drubber. Yep. Okay. And then this card goes back into my hand. Okay. And that ends this turn. Adds activation for Toy. Now I have my dog soldiers, which they rolled a cold, so they can't all move, so only one of them can move forward.
But they're blind too, so what does that affect?
Well, like if I were to attack you, then that means, because if you read the blind card, it only so blind can't use range attacks, and they don't have range attacks. But you couldn't use range attacks, and before the melee attack, so before I declare melee attack, opposing player rolls sixes, then the attack succeeds. If not, then the attack is discarded. So that means I have to roll sixes in order to succeed on a melee attack. So it's like, it's very slim. It's like a 10% chance of hitting. Like, so, but I have to get into melee, and these guys are in the back.
And then you roll the 4, so you can't get up to it right now anyways.
Well, and I roll a 4, and I roll a 4 cool. So that means I only can move one of them 4 spaces, not all of them. So I'm going to move this guy in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I think I'll use my 1 action token to draw their last hand. Oops, that's your hand. My hand. Oh, man. I forgot you attacked me. Boom. Okay. And that's done. Okay. All right. And it is now your turn.
Let's get my tokens here. Still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay. I'll roll the dice.
3.
Can I move through this desk?
Yes, but it costs 1 extra. Remember that. And you do not have to be within melee with most of her stuff.
I can get here with 3, right?
And I would actually suggest the other way. Don't go into melee. Go to the other desk.
Wait.
Unless you want to go to melee, that's fine.
I want to go to melee.
Oh, you want to? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right. I'm just giving suggestions. Okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. Okay. So, let's do this, huh? I know what's coming.
First token, I will attack you.
Okay, I will defend. Yep. Now, granted, now there is a benefit with that too as well, with that combat type, because that's Metal Tentacle. Now, this doesn't actually have the icon on it, but when you see the actual combat, like right here, that has that. If you look on the combat type where it says Metal Tentacle, it has a star and a range of 4. Now, you can use Worm Through, and then it gives it 4 range.
Normally, okay. So I could have attacked you from 4 away if I succeeded and rolled a worm on that.
Yeah. But if you didn't want to use that, you go in melee, and then you don't have to worry about combat types.
Yeah,
but you did.
So I'm not going to do that yet. Just attack. But I get to draw, what, 2 cards because of this? Oh, gain a lust
every 2
tokens.
damage, yeah, you draw 2 cards.
I draw 2 cards.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. For every 2 damage done, this card, or Vin may draw a card.
1 card. So I draw, so I did 4 damage to you, so I draw 2 cards because of that.
Yes. And I went into this poorly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh.
Okay, second token, I'll attack again.
Okay. Oh. Crud. Okay, I will defend. Oh, no. 5.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
that's
4.
2 more cards, right?
Yep, that's 2 more cards there.
Let's see, how many do I have in the deck? Let me check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can only have.
Now remember, your max hand size is 10, so you can draw.
So I have 8 in my hand right now. So
yeah, okay. Yep.
With the third token, I will attack you once more.
Oh no. I will take it.
Okay, then you die.
Oh, I died. Ah. Even I, who knows this game has created it, can lose to it. And I should... You know what? No. I should have used... But then you would get a free attack anyway, because I didn't have any tokens. Because I could have used, technically, but this is all hearsay, I could have used my plastic armor, which plastic armor...
Which is the special...
Yeah, which is
armor.
her special... Yeah. And I didn't have because I had plastic armor on that last one, and that could have been beneficial, but you would still kill me, because it only, if I would have got it absorbed, I would have absorbed 2 damage and it would done, damage back to you, but the problem with that is that if I failed, you could then just do the attack for free, and then that would be game. So there you go. Yes. So there it is. Now, let me tell you some things, because the dogs were not used at all. And and so I like, usually when I'm test playing, like, the objective for Toy is to go in there and just to kill Vin, because if you let Vin go at distance, then she becomes quite a nuisance. And it's very easy to kill Toy or Toy to kill Vin. So, but I went in steps. I got too much power. I was like, okay, I want to kill the Drubber, and I want to kill that. But these dogs, what they do, so if they get up into melee, they have spears, so they can attack one space away. And if you kill one of them, so they only can draw 1 turn and all that other stuff, right? So their big things, what they do together, is that if one succeeds on the attack, then they get another one of the figures can get an attack for free. So if one succeeds, then the other one can attack, and as long as you have cards, they continually can attack as long as they do succeed with attacks, meaning if they damage. And then their other big thing is when they die, they give they give their, basically when one dies, they get more cards. And also here it is in death or life, we are always together. At the beginning of the draw max hand size. Oh, I did that wrong. I even forgot my own rules. When dog soldier figure is eliminated, draw 3 cards. So you draw 3 cards. It wouldn't have benefited me anyway, because my dogs, but at the beginning of the game, dogs draw a full max hand size. I forgot about that. But their big thing is one dies, they get 3 more cards for free. So they're very high defensive, and they're all about attacking you when you're all together. So I did that very, very poorly. But there you go. So there's Battle Draw and all its rules. Do you have any questions before we finish this? Battle?
No. Now that I've played into the game, it came back to me. So it all makes sense.
Now there are other cards, and there's so many facets to this game, and obviously, and I like this because we got to see a good example of combat types, because combat types are kind of not used a lot of the times. But this game, like, it was beneficial. Because really, that Drubber was a lore. I
absorbed a lot of cards.
Yeah. And I took risks myself because I knew that. I was like, you know what? He's just going to roll hots, and I'll be able to kill this thing. And you did it. You both rolled cool. And I was like, crud. And then I didn't have enough defense value. And even though I had I had everything. And then I lost. So the bad guys won at this stage. So anyway. So there's Battle Draw. And that concludes this game. So thank you so much, Mike, for demonstrating this game. I appreciate it.
No problem. It's fun.
And again, I'm on Discord, and this game is in Vassal. So if anybody would like to come on my Discord and play this game with me, by all means. And I have more character decks that are coming out. I always need test players. I mean, I have the people that I go to for test playing, but there's always more needed test play, test play, test play. That is the thing about game design. So anyway, so thank you so much, and we'll see you guys later.
All right, peace out.